Welcome to my office again, everybody. Today, as we know, this is my near real-time show where I basically record everything in almost real time and don't really do much editing. So again, there'll be a few mistakes and stuff that do slip in. But as we know, on this side, there's a live Twitter feed that just shows a search on the word drones or drone, so gives you a good idea of what's happening in the world and how many people are talking about drones. But not all quadcopters are drones, so it's quite mixed information sometimes. So from the last show I did, somebody had asked, hey, isn't there something that shows these Fat Shark Spironet versus the IB Crazy stuff? And there's actually a good video for that done by the StoneBlueAirlines guys. And let's see if we can get that up. That is this video, and it says Ultra versus Spironet Real World, and it's by StoneBlueAirlines, and it was published in January of this year, January 2015. And in here they actually talk about three types. It's not just the Spironet and just the Ultras. They also talk about the the one we're looking at, which is the Airblade versus the Bluebeam Ultra versus the Spironet or the standard. So if you want to go look for that video, it will give you a good idea of what's going on there. So some other interesting stuff that I found just searching the web the last couple of days was this little calculator, and it's a definitive FPV range calculator. And you can go in there and say, I want to run 5.8. I'm gonna put a 250 milliwatt transmitter on, and I'm going to, for my video, I'll have a 1 dB rubber ducky, and on the other side I'm gonna have a also a 1 dB rubber ducky. And then you can check, and it will say, hey, with 2 rubber duckies and 250 milliwatt, you can actually, on 5.8, you can almost go a mile. And if you up that to 600 milliwatt, you can just do that, and you can do 1.4 mile. And of course, if you start putting decent like a cloverleaf antenna on there, and on the other side maybe have a Spironet patch, then you can go 5.7. So that's very interesting. That's a cool little app. And I'll put a link to it in the descriptions. And then also this tool, which is HobbyKing now sells. I know a lot of people made this handmade version of this, but here's a pretty cool, it's one you can now buy, and it's to cut your prop down to a certain length. So you can get bigger props and cut them down, stick a drill through there, and it's got all the cool stuff, and it's pretty cheap, $10, So very nice piece of equipment there for only $10. So the other cool thing that that I saw that HobbyKing came out with is this a little racer over here. It's a quadcopter, racer quadcopter. But what's cool about it, it comes with a quadcopter and a transmitter and a little case, and that's really not bad. It has everything you need. Of course, not FPV, which you can add, but it's got 2204 motors on there and a CC3D and the likes. But it ends up being $190, and it's available in the US also. Not bad, considering you even get a little case to put everything in. So from that standpoint, it's not bad. So let's see. The other stuff we did, get back, there we go. The other stuff, yesterday I said we would fly and go to the Atlanta Maker Fair, and we're going to go prepare for that. So we did do that yesterday, and we ended up at the Maker Faire, and there was a few really nice pictures taken there. I'll try and uh, so there's some pictures of us doing that indicator. It's in the middle of a city. It's pretty neat. Really like it there. And I created a little video that talks about what we did there, and did some interviews with some of the guys there. So it's pretty interesting to see and to talk to the pilots. So what we were doing there is really just preparing for the Atlanta Maker Faire and getting to test our course and making sure everybody will be safe when we actually fly. So we had a couple of pilots come out and they actually did a test run, and let's see if I can pull that video that we made up. Let's see. It was really a nice event. I think people really enjoyed it. I think the feedback we got from the pilots was really, really awesome. So here's the video, and it's called DRC FPV Pilot Interview. So if you want to go and check it out, it's pretty neat. Contains a few of our pilots, and not all of them, of course, but discussing with them, the basics of flying, and how they got into the sport and what they're doing and where they think it's going. So that's pretty neat. And so I still got to do the test between the cheap Chinese version antenna, and that's the Airblade antenna, and the real Airblade. I hope to do that this weekend. It's a longer weekend in the US, so let's see if I can get some time to actually do that. So again, thank you for joining today, and we'll speak soon again, and good luck. Happy flying.